going to therapy has been very beneficial for getting in touch with your feelings and more importantly, why you're feeling those feelings and how to deal with them like in a healthy manner. You know, it's one thing to be, most people are not self-aware.
At all.
They'll just
they lack
quick to emotion
Mm-hmm.
and lack emotional intelligence. So it's not only important to be aware, hey, I am feeling this way now, but also important of why and how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, yes, I'm angry, but like, what am I actually mad about?
And where did it came from?
What did it
when
come
you were
from?
a childhood,
And
and something sparked in like.
Is this useful in serving me in this moment? Especially when you have arguments with, say, like a significant other. Like I know a lot of people who are in just awful relationships, and I think they lose sight of the fact that like you guys are supposed to be on the same team. It's not you versus your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It's like, no, we are versus this problem we're having. How do we as a unit deal with this in a healthy manner that gets us over this? Because this is probably going to sound like a hack of shit, but like when it comes to a lot of these like type of dynamic things, it's more important for me to be correct than to be right. And there's a fundamental difference.
It is. Absolutely is a difference.
For me to be right, that means you have to be wrong. For me to be correct, I feel like I have to know the right thing. Like I'm not wording this and articulating it the best way possible, but like I would much rather be wrong than to be right all the time.
Exactly.
And more importantly, for me to be wrong, I want to be proven why I'm wrong, so I never make that mistake again. Because if you just are like, oh, you're dumb, you're stupid, you don't know, you're just doing that game with me. It's like, okay, fair, but can you explain to me why? Because then I'll understand. Everything should be towards understanding.
Exactly.
We're getting all philosophical.
No. That's real. That's how I try to function in life. It's because as humans, of course, we want to be right. We don't like being wrong. We don't like to be in the wrong. So oftentimes, as a natural response, we want to protect our stance. Yeah. Especially if someone says you're wrong, you're like, no, I'm digging in now.
But you have to fight against that impulse.
Exactly.
So now I'm no longer trying to hold on to be like right about everything. I'm like, no, like let's get to the truth.
Let's figure out Let's figure out what the actual correct information, not me being right.
And can you demonstrably prove it? Can you like through evidence, logic, or like empirical, whatever it is? Because then otherwise we're both just arguing opinions.
And going nowhere.
Absolutely. So I think if you start fighting against that impulse of being like right all the time or having to get the last word in, all those things, and you just more like think like, try to be the dumbest person in the room. And if you find yourself consistently in a situation where you're constantly having to explain all the time and maybe your circle of friends aren't exactly moving you and making you aspire for more, you might need to reevaluate where you're at. Yeah. Because otherwise you're just surrounded by yes men, and that's not good either.
At all.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I just I was gonna say like the more often you're wrong and you're able to learn from it, that's a great place to be. Because you're just constantly learning. I like making mistakes if I'm able to figure out what was the mistake. The fucked up thing is when you're on the hamster wheel of just making the same mistake over and over again, and you're learning nothing. And I saw myself in that cycle. I see a lot of my friends that are in the entertainment industry making that same thing, and I'm like, dude, like there is no growth here. Yeah, you can't keep doing that. Yeah. So, yeah, but